week, which again starts with me bringing stuff to the post office. So let's go. Now a proper good morning. As you can see, I'm outside on my way. This week might be time to pay back the universe. My sister just messaged me from southern Germany if I can come with the train and pick her up, drive the car back home. She has some issues where she can't drive the car anymore. The car is okay, but she can drive it, so I'm picking her up. Traveling on the train has one big plus. I finally can get my porridge breakfast that I've been looking forward to in forever. So I delivered my sister successfully to Cologne. She's feeling much better. And I'm on my way back home. Last train for the night. Really hard to give updates with that mask. You can probably barely hear me. I finished Fountain of Silence on the way while I was driving on audiobook, giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And I am about to finish Coral on my way home on the train. And once I'm home, I'll have to check how much more I have to do in Serpent and Dove, which I want to finish ASAP as well. I think Blade Runner is the next one that I'm reading. I'm so looking forward to diving into Blade Runner. I'm tired. Who am I even? Starting to work at 7 a.m. this morning or something. Let's talk Fountain of Silence. Plays in Spain after the World War in 1930 something and 1970 something, time of the fascist regime of Franco. It is a wild love story between a Spanish girl who lives in poverty and a young American who comes to Spain as a photographer, young, ambitious, maybe a little bit oblivious to what's happening in the world. And what I really enjoyed about this is that it is tackling some of the history things that I'm completely unaware of, about the stolen children who were sold into adoption during Franco's regime. Really interesting. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the writing style. I understand if the writing style is not for everyone, because really writes really short chapters, so she's jumping between perspectives really quickly, but I enjoyed it a lot. And I enjoyed the topic. I enjoyed learning about an era, about a specific something in history that I haven't heard 1,000 times. So yeah, that was good. Now let's finish Coral as well. I have another 30% to go. My Kindle says it's another hour and a half. I will do that once I'm home. That was a long day yesterday, right? I'm currently trying to finish off some things at work, and then I have like 3 things that I need to get done before I can leave. Trying to get all my shit ready for being in my car for another while. My computer for work is restarting, and while that's happening, I will be opening the Wildest Dreams box. The Wildest Dreams box is one of the cheapest subscription boxes, like bookish subscription boxes, that I know. I pay less than 30 euros. Shipped from the UK. Comes with a paperback for you paperback lovers out there. Had a fantasy book in here. It usually has some diverse books in here. It also comes with a tea, loose leaf tea, which I love, and something to pamper yourself. That's what it looks like when you open it up. The first thing that you can see right away is the tea. We have 2 books. Here's the spoiler card. I hate that the spoiler card is hidden at the bottom, so I have to dig through everything. October box is Always. It took me a minute to be able to read that this says Always. Actually, looking into my camera right now, I can read it easier backwards because I see it mirrored, right? Than having it right in front of me, because I think if you're further away, it probably reads easier. We have a tea, Akusintakamu, Magnus and Alec. Räuber Space, it's caffeine free, it's an herbal tea, sweet and fruity with subtle creamy hints. Imagine a steaming bowl of sharp fruit with a perfect balance of sweet and creamy custard. Oh, it has rooibos, licorice, rubber pieces, calendula petals, natural flavoring. It actually sounds really good. Obviously, that was inspired by Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunt series. We have a card. Not the biggest fan, Twilight Saga. I don't like the typography. Do I dazzle you? Frequently. Not the biggest fan of the quote. Don't have anything to pamper us with, I think. But we have 2 books. One is the book of the month, which is wrapped. And then we have Midnight Twins by Holly Race. Dreams come true, but so do your nightmares. It's an uncorrected proof copy. So it is an ARC, but Publishing June 2020, which is already passes. Extra proof for this month's box. Perfect for Halloween. An urban fantasy that offers a twist on the Arthurian legend as it whisks you away to a dream world full of wonder, mystery, and nightmarish danger. Of Simon-inspired print. I hate art prints. The quote on there. Obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but what I'm trying to say is that I like you. I more than like you. Love, Simon. And then the magnet. After all this time, always Harry Potter inspired. Not the best time to do Harry Potter inspired things, I think. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest. This is not what I signed up for. This, yes, but this, no. Okay, but let's look at this month's. I was hesitating for 1 second because I thought I had a different book in my hand. So this is All This Time by the author of 5 Feet Apart. On the night of the graduation party, Kimberly and Kyle's entire world upends literally until Marley. As Kyle and Marley work to heal each other's wounds, their feelings for each other grow, but Kyle can't shake the sense that she's headed for another crashing moment that will blow up his life, and he's right. Okay, I need to go to work. Hello and good afternoon in France, right at the German border where my friend lives. I'm just gonna go back to Germany to drop some things off in the mail, and then I'm gonna come back to continue working. I have a lot of stuff to finish up at work because I want to take some time off and I'm really looking forward to taking some time off too. I have started reading Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep last night, and I am in love. I'm so in love with this book. I can't even tell you how much I love it. I'm only a few chapters in before I got tired, but oh my god, I love it so much. So I really hope to finish this today. Good evening. I'm at my friend's house. We just called it a night. On my way I listened to Serpent and Dove, and I might have to call it quits. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish reading it because I am so not getting into it. I can't relate to any of the characters. I don't like any of the characters. It's not about likability. You know the difference between finding a character likable and liking a character because it adds to the story, it adds tension or something. And I just don't like them. They are so bland. They're so and I'm not saying that they are written bland. It just feels forced, and then in the end it's just love story and nothing else, and it's just On the contrary, Coral really surprised me. I have almost finished that. I only have a few pages left. I'm going to finish that right now, but I can already say that this is going to be between a 3 and a 4 stars. I love the way that the whole mental health thing is written in here. I find it at times, I find the timelines confusing, and I know that a part of it is meant to be confusing, but it was just a little bit too much for me. Even though I understand the plot, I understand the twists and everything, it makes sense to me, but still the timelines were confusing to me. I at times didn't know when we were, so this goes above and beyond the confusion that I think was meant to be, and I didn't expect to like it as much. I know it's a Little Mermaid retelling, but if you're looking for a mermaid story, this is not it. This is not a mermaid story, and this is why I'm liking it better than I thought I would. But before the Poppy Wars, I want to read this is 3 books in one, so I'm not going to read this big thing. I just want to read the first story, which is the start into the Blade Runner universe. I think the English title is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and that's only 260 pages, and I think that's what I'm diving into tonight before I'm going to sleep. finished Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, aka the Blade Runner. I'm having a hard time to decide how am I going to describe this without spoiling anything. Because I think that in a way it makes sense to go into this as blind as possible, because you can immerse into this world really well. What I can definitely tell you is that we're following two people in a near futuristic world where something happened to the world and people are colonizing Mars, etc. And there's only a certain number of people left on Earth. People who are colonizing are getting an android to go with them, and some of the androids now are going rogue, coming back to Earth, and they're killing people to get there, etc. So on Earth, we have people who are bounty hunters to hunt these androids down, and one of the people that we're following is such a bounty hunter. It is a very interesting world where we have an interesting religion, where we have interesting focus on animals, because a lot of animals are extinct. There's radioactive dust that is settling and that has affected some people, so the second person that we're following has been affected in a way that his IQ dropped, so he's very, very simple. He has turned into a special case, and so he's kind of pushed out of society. But he does have a job and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of other layers in here. It's only 260 pages in the German version from the library. I think there's Kindle versions that count 200 pages, so it is a rather quick read, but I felt like it was packing a punch. It is the perfect read if you are in the mood for something that is a little bit dystopian, futuristic, social criticism, and these kind of books. I loved it, giving it 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm definitely looking into reading more by Philip K. Dick. That was long overdue, but I'm doing it now. I will be writing a few more emails, and then I have a vacation for 2 weeks. I hope that I get a lot of reading done, but I am at my friend's house in Alsace. Love her house. Love her, and I don't know how much I will be doing with her. Right now she's at work, so she does have to work. She gave me all her hiking books to find something for the weekend. I most certainly will. Let's see what we're up for the rest of the week. Oh, and then my book box should be there. The one that somebody from the Goodreads group made for me. So yay! So excited for that as well. It's Friday. I am on my way back home to get my book books. I read The Black Kids on the Way as an audiobook. I enjoyed it. I find it hard to rate it. I think I was kind of oblivious of how things were in the US in the 90s because I had no ties to the US whatsoever. So for me to relate at all somehow, I mean, I grew up in the 90s and I was pretty much a similar age, probably a few years younger than the kids in the book. I know all the pop culture references and everything, but I wouldn't have known that wildfires are a thing already. That's a concept that I simply didn't know. Growing up where I grew up, wildfires were not a thing. So that's why I feel a little bit detached to it. And I appreciate that books like these exist to bring me closer to it. I hope that's making sense. I don't know if that's making sense. I enjoy that this is not just focusing on police brutality. As important as the topic of police brutality is, I think that there's so many more layers to Black stories and racism. Although honestly, I would really like more joyous Black stories, celebrate positive things. I feel like if all the stories in literature that are being sold and that are like from a publisher standpoint and that are being marketed are about this. It's great that this is getting awareness, but this means that we're still so far and we're not helping to create a new normal. I don't want to associate Blackness only with racism. And I think that The Black Kids is a great book to educate young kids.
One eternity later.
So I have arrived at the studios where the live show is taking place tonight. So I'm a little early. That was the plan. But I have just picked up at home the package that contains my book box. I'm so super excited for it. Oh, I see gold wrapping. It's beautiful. Oh, there's a letter. And it is full of packages. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So the person who created this book box, I still don't know which book it is. Where's the book? Said that within the book there's pink stickers, but they might be a little bit hidden like this, and they have a number on it. And then so I know what it looks like. Here's number 0. There's the book. There's the book. Passenger. And then this is the first time that I'm not gonna know what page. So the next one is on page 17. But because they're a little bit hidden, I won't know what page the next one is at. So that's going to stay a surprise. That's cool. So what's on page? Oh, that looks like a... Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so sweet. A Blackpink bookmark. You probably don't have a Blackpink bookmark. Right in time for the start of the Netflix documentation. Yes, in case I'm reading this soon. Yes. I think this is ugly. You should see mine. It hasn't really worked at the first try. Oh my gosh. Oh. How exactly do I use this? Good morning. First night in like 10 degrees Celsius in my car. It's cold right now, but I'm still living for it. So originally I was really looking forward to a nice hike in the Black Forest area, but honestly, it's been so gray and misty and cold, like gray and misty, not in a moody fun kind of way, more in a wet kind of way. So like nah. So I pinged a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a couple of years that lives here, and we're meeting for coffee, and I'm super excited for that. She picked a restaurant and sports bar called Palm Beach, and I'm so here for it. Well, I am at gift number 1. Remember, this was gift 0. On page 17, so I haven't even finished the first chapter. Just finished the prologue. So far, nothing that I can really share how I'm getting into this or something. The main character's mom just gave Ada 2 delicate gold earrings. And I have gift number 1. And look at this cute box. Oh, look at this. These are absolutely cute. Oh my gosh. Not as beautiful and expensive as Ada's, but I thought they are simple and elegant. I hope you like them. I love them. So our main character is fighting back tears right now, and I have come to gift number 2, and I have a feeling that this might be tissues or something for the tears that she's fighting. Let's see if I'm right. Yes, I am right. Ooh, 2 packs. So in the book, our main character is playing a Stradivari, and look at these beautiful tissues with like a violin on it, and it says definitely make sure not to cry on the Stradivari. That's awesome. So I'm on page 83. I'm really starting to get into the story. So far I'm enjoying it. Can I tell you about the book? Passenger is following, I think there's 2 main characters, Ada and Nicholas, and they are joining on a journey Edda is from New York in present day, and Nicholas is currently in 1700 something, and they are joined. So Edda can time travel, that's what we already established. I don't know if Nicholas is aware or time travel as well. We'll see. I reached gift number 3. Right now, Edda's looking down at her hands, studying the red bruised skin on her knuckles. The questions hung between them like a strand of diamonds, blinding. No idea what can be in here. Oh, a hand lotion won't be enough. You need a hand mask. Yes, I love hand masks. Yay! This is awesomeness. Probably not before I finish the book because I want to take a picture of all the gifts together, but I'm probably going to use it soon after. That is so cool. Thank you. I'm on page 117. Don't mind my hair. Gift 4. They're eating dinner right now. I do have to say this book, because there is time travel involved and like families time traveling, so I would describe this book now as our main character being kidnapped by a time traveling family. She's a time traveler herself, didn't know it so far, and she's being brought to, kind of wakes up after being kidnapped in a different time in 17 something on the ship that is steered by Nicholas, who I think is another of the main characters. I think there's romance coming up between those two. I'm not the biggest romance fan, but her falling for him after he saved her from drowning makes sense to me. I do have some errors in my head when it comes to how the time traveling is described. There's just a few things that don't work in my mind. As I said, they are having dinner and a young boy, like one of the servants, he has eaten something, and our main character she managed to choke out a single word. Delicious. Yay! It would be unfair if they're eating, but you're not. Ooh, I think I've never had this brand's porridge. Creme Dusche Pumpkin Spice Latte. Pumpkin Spice was Sirup. Gotta be quiet, but I do want to continue on the book. It is really fun. I'm really enjoying it a lot. There are some minor issues with it where I feel like there's some logical issues, but I mean, it's a time traveling story. Of course, there's going to be some logical issues. I'm on page 294. Package 9 is, I wouldn't say that I really took a liking to any of the characters specifically, but the whole story is just gripping me somehow. What I do enjoy a lot is that Nicholas is a person of color. He's a black guy, and I really do enjoy how this topic is woven in. It doesn't feel like a slap in your face. It doesn't feel like it's a preset, like, oh, this is an important topic that we need to talk about, but it comes up again and again in a context that feels right, and it's still something where we can learn. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So number 9 is just an envelope, and right now, no trouble seeing the young couple that was dancing in their new feet of allotted space. The man's arm was locked around her waist and he took her hand in his. I wonder what this is. It's a URL. And look at the description. Okay, let's open that up. So I moved to the bed. It's package number 10. And she's eating a bright little bundle of bananas. So maybe this is dried bananas. I would so love some right now. Banana chips, I love it. Thank you. So I'm on page 347 and we already have gift number 11. Right now we're talking about food again. She was able to buy a loaf of bread and a small glass of lemonade from a vendor. A sympathetic man was willing to move the queue behind her. Ooh, it says bread crackers. Yay! I think I've never had these. And these have a lot of protein. That is cool. That is really good. That's good. That's really good. Very considerate. Thank you. I'm starting to be so tired, but I still want to finish this. I want to know what's in the gifts, but I also want to know how this ends. I'm really enjoying this book. I actually enjoy some of the banter between the two main characters as well. I think sometimes there is a way of joking that I just enjoy tremendously. Number 12, and in here he spotted the leather notebook. I'm loving this paper so much. Ooh, it is pretty. Oh my gosh, this is like parchment. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I feel like, oh, this is so cool. I'm way too afraid to ever use this. Not many pages left. 4 gifts left, so right now they come at every corner. A small glossy wooden box that she dug out from beneath a pile of ledgers. So I'm assuming a box. How cute is this? So cute. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, but I'm definitely using it. Maybe my rings. This might be a good place to store my rings in when I'm going to move into a van. I'm almost done. The character is talking about steaming cups of sweet smelling tea. So I'm assuming we have some tea in here. Something smells good. So she bought a big package of tea, Oriental chai, but then she read that it's not loose tea, which is fine, but that I'm not into spiced tea right now, which is true. She only had read not fruity necessarily. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is like mint, and then ooh, Son of Africa. I've had this before. I think this is what smells so good. It's mango, pineapple, and banana. It's a rooibos, and then Chinese sencha and Earl Grey. Good teas. All good teas. Thank you. This is my second last package. Only these 2 left. When she handed the sack to him to buy dried fruit. So I have a feeling that this might be a big box of dried fruit. It's porridge. It's fruity porridge. And I haven't tried this one yet either. So this is perfect. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, the last one. I have enjoyed this book so much. So thank you for picking this book. Thank you for this wonderful box that I've enjoyed so much as well. Last one, and here she pulled out a handful of figs and tore a chunk of bread as big as her fist before going back for seconds. So this might be a bar, like a fruit snack bar. And it is. Ooh, I love them. With salted caramel and peanuts, that's the best one. This is amazing. Thank you so much. So this already is it for this week. I hope you liked what you saw. I really enjoyed this reading week, and I enjoyed most of the books that I read, so that's a good thing, right? I think I'm giving Passenger a 4 out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy it as well. So yeah, I hope to see you again real soon. Until next week, bye.
Just loving this moment. Can we could stop the time. Don't you know that